Hello friends, and welcome to Marie Green Yoga and PilatesFusion. This is a series layered within 30 different yoga practices and 30 different PilatesFusion practices. Join me for one or all. I'm happy that you're here. This is a session where we bring in Pelvic Clock. We'll start there. We start with them in all of these 30 days to unlock lower back SI joints and then move a little bit more freely. Today we move into obliques, transverse abdominals, and crescent body, and a little bit for the front as well. So let's take a supine form onto our backs. Bring the feet flat onto the mat, knees up to the sky, hands next to the hips, press the head. And we are taking the sacrum down, shoulder blades down on the mat, arms are long next to the hips, and then we use lower abdominals, the space between pubic bone and belly button, and pull ourselves into our 12 o'clock spot, which is the top center ridge of the sacrum, triangle bony part at the base of the spine. And then we'll go down to 6 o'clock spot, which is at the tip of the tailbone coccyx, and then come back up. So we come to 12 and 6 and 12 and 6. Just using our lower abs. We are bypassing glutes, quads, and hamstrings and activating lower abdominals for stability and strength for our lower backs and hips. For our lower back, there's one lower back. And we come to 12 and 6. And 12 and 6 and 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. We'll do 4 more here. 12 and 6 and 12 and 6 and 12 and 6 and 1 more, 12 and 6, and then we're going to come to lateral side. Take your left foot out to the side and we'll come to 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So it's a diagonal 11 and 5. We pull up to 11 and we push the hip out to 5 o'clock and 11 and 5. So it's not the leg going back and forth on its own. It comes from that 5 o'clock spot, 11 and 5. So we're doing diagonal stretching, contracting, and lengthening. We do 11 and 5 and 11 and 5, and we keep on going, 11 and 5 and 11 and 5, and waking up the diagonal transverse ligaments and tendons in our hips for a healthy lower back and finding stability and strength to move from in our daily life. Let's do 11 and 5 and 11 and 5 and 11 and 5 for 4 more and for 3 more and for 2 more and 1 more, and then we'll come back with our left foot flat, take the right heel out, and we'll come to 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So diagonal in our pelvis, in the front of the hips. So we go 1 o'clock and 7 and 1 and 7 and 1 and 7 and 1 and 7. And we keep on going in a nice diagonal for our diagonal transverse ligaments and tendons in the hips. That supports the sacrum, that supports the hip joint, and that supports the femur. That's where we're going. So we'll keep on going for another 8 here. We'll do 1 and 7 and 1 and 7 and 1 and 7 and 1 and 7, and we'll do another 4 and another 3 and another 2 and last one. And then we'll take our right foot flat on the mat, and then we'll do a couple of rolls on the sacrum before we start making our way into rolling like a ball. And then we roll the sacrum, triangle bony part the other direction, pull the belly button in and making our way around our sacrum. And then from there, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, knees to chest, and then we're going to roll like a ball, and knees are tucked in. We roll from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock and through the whole spine to the middle of the shoulder blades and back up again. And we are igniting the roll from the deepest of our core, below shoulder blades, but also right below the belly button. And we'll do another 3 here, squeezing everything we have, rolling nice and slow and smoothing out the lower back and the middle and upper. Last one. And from here, come to tabletop, please. And second finger forward. You can untuck your toes, pull the belly button all the way in, and top of the head to the mat. Engage the front side, find the space below the belly button, and come to neutral spine. And press hands, knees, and toes down from the power of the core that is pulling up. And back to neutral spine, and taking it all the way up. One more big arch of the spine, hugging everything in. And keep it hugging in, tuck the toes, come to down dog, and plug everything in. Pedal your right heel, your left heel, and then from here come down onto your knees, and we're going to turn over to the side of the mat so we can step our left foot out and come into a side kneeling. Hands behind the head, elbows to the side. Maybe you'll put something underneath your knees so that you're comfortable. From here, pull the belly button in and take your right elbow parallel to the mat and lift back up. And up and over, and all the way back up, and up and over, and come on up, and lifting up and over, and back up. And we'll keep on going here and getting the side of our body, and inhale and exhale, and squeezing the midline from side to side. And we keep on going for another 8 here, and 7, and 6 more, holding that side body nice and long. Scoop the belly button in, and we'll do another 4, and another 3, and another 2, and 1 more. We hold it down here, take the right hand down and lengthen the left arm up and over, and give ourselves a nice big side crescent stretch. Scoop the tailbone, side body long, and taking yourself all the way back up, and switch to the second side. Right leg out, and untuck your left toes, hands behind the head. If tucking them is better for your knee, then tuck them, any of the versions. Long side body, and then we'll come over to the left side and bring it back up, and dipping over, calling upon our right side of the waist, our transverse abdominals, obliques, to lower and lift us. And we keep on going, lower and lift, and lower and lift. And we keep on going here for another 8, lowering and lifting, finding some nice feedback into the right side of the waist, and feeling nice and strong in the left side to support us to lower and lift. And another 4 here, and another 3, lowering and lifting, and lowering and lifting, and 1 more, lower and lift, and then we'll take it over to the side and left hand down and right arm over the ear for a nice big long stretch. Inhale and exhale, and then from here take it all the way back up to the center and take your knees all the way back. From here we'll come to kneeling. We'll do about 8 of them, arms forward parallel with the mat, toes untucked, scoop the belly button so that we have both the 6 and the 12 o'clock nicely engaged, and then we're going to lean our way back and take it to the front and lean back at a nice angle and take it back to the front. There should be a nice feeling in the quads, and we are stretching and strengthening the ligaments around our knees, and we're leaning back and come to the front and leaning back and back up, and again leaning back and take it back to the center. We'll do another 4, and we'll do another 3, and 2 more, leaning it back, and last 1, exhale, and take it all the way back down. From here, downward facing dog, pedal right and left heel down, get some blood through the knees, through the tendons around the knees, and then we're going to make our way over to our left side and come with knee to chest, flossing our hip, flossing our knees. And so we're going to take our knees parallel to the mat, and starting by using our glutes and rotators, we'll take our right hand behind the head and we're going to lift and lower and lift and lower, and give it a squeeze at the very top, lifting up, squeezing and lowering, using our muscle powers here, lifting and lowering and lifting side body, nice and long, left side, right side, and we keep on going for another 8 here. Let's give it a squeeze on the very top, and a squeeze on the top, and a squeeze on the top, and a nice big squeeze for glutes, rotators, 4 more, and 3 more. Give it a good hold at the top so the muscles have a chance to fire back up. And 1 more, and then we're going to hold it up here and pulse it to the back. We pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then knee, thigh bone parallel to the mat. Bring your knee into chest and push it back out. Knee to chest, push it back out. Active leg, knee to chest, push it back out. And make sure you keep that right leg parallel to the mat, to the floor. There's no mat needed for this class, so you might be on the floor. Just parallel to your support. And bring your knee in and extend back out, and knee in and extend back out. And 4 more here, and 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more. Then we'll hold it up here and pulse up to the sky, and pulse and pulse and pulse. There should be a nice burn in towards the glutes right now. Rotators, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bringing it back down. And then we'll switch to the second side, taking ourselves over onto the right forearm, side body long. Bring your knees in, knee stacked over knee, and left hand behind the hip. and then we lift and lower and lift and lower, and giving our glutes, rotators, a nice big squeeze at the top, a little hold at the top before we lower back down with all of our muscles engaged, both on the way up and on the way down, and lift and hold and lower, and we'll do another 8 here, and another 7, and another 6, lift and hold and lower, and 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 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more, and then we'll bring it back up and push it to the back by contracting rotators and glutes. Squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and lift and lift, and we'll do another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your leg parallel to the floor and knee to chest, and push your leg back out. Just knee to chest, not chest to knee, and then we get that nice arrangement and work in our glutes and rotators. Knee to chest and back out, and knee to chest and back out, and knee to chest and back out. We'll do another 8 here, and 7, and 6 more. Knee in and knee back out from the power of our glutes and rotators. Another 4, and 3, and 2, and 1 more. Now extend your leg out, and we pulse and pulse and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring your leg back down. I hope you felt that in your glutes, in your rotators. Come on to your back, please. We're coming to chest lifts, and then we're going to take it to the side as well. So feet down, elbows to the side, knees to the sky. Bring your belly button in, elbows slightly up, and then we lift and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower, and bring everything back in to the front side of the body. Lifting and lowering and lift and lower and lift and lower. 8 more here, and 7. We just lift and lower, give ourselves a little hold at the very top, lifting and lowering and lifting and lowering, and 4 more, 3 more, and 2 more. Hold it up and pulse it for 10, 9, 8 at the top of your lift. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it back down. Take a pause. Right arm out to the side, and left elbow towards the right knee. We're lifting up and back down, and up and back down, and up and back down. Knee and elbow, elbow and knee, focusing on using the side of our waist, obliques, transverse abdominals, lifting and lowering, and lifting and lowering, lifting, hold, and lowering, and lifting, hold, and lowering, and lifting, hold, and lowering. Another 4 here. 4, and 3, and 2 more, and 1 more, and then we hold it up and pulse it, and pulse and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Elbow to knee for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring back down. And coming over to our second side, right hand behind the head, left arm out to the side, and right elbow to the left knee. And we lift and bring back down. And exhale and inhale, and exhale and inhale, and exhale and inhale. And again, exhale and inhale, and exhale and inhale, and exhale and inhale for another 8 here, and 7. Keep it going, elbow to knee, diagonal work, binding body parts together, and exhale and inhale. We'll do another 4 here, and another 3, and another 2, and 1 more. We'll take it back up and pulse it for our 10. Lift and pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse. Elbow to knee for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bringing it back down. And then from here, take the knees into the chest, and we'll take our series of 5 to end our Pilates Fusion for today. Hands underneath the knees, and we roll our way up. Actually, we have one more thing. We have our squats that are planned for today too. Series of 5 and squats, and then we are complete. So from here, take your right knee into the chest, extend your left leg, left hand on the inside of the knee, right hand on the outside of the ankle, roll down to the bottom of your shoulder blades, and double pulse, 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 double pulse. 2 more, double pulse, and double pulse, double pulse. Last one, double pulse. Both knees into the chest, hands by ankles. Extend arms and legs, and roll your arms around. Double knee extensions. Feet together, squeeze the midline. And inhale, exhale, lower back in the mat. The 12 o'clock spot stays into the mat. 2 more. And last one. And then from here, we'll take our right leg up to the sky. Rest your head if you need to, like me. Double pulse and switch, double pulse and switch, double pulse, double pulse, double pulse, double pulse, double pulse, double pulse. 2 more, double pulse, double pulse. 1 more, double pulse, and double pulse. Both legs up, hands behind the head, and we lower and lift and lower and lift to where we are still staying very connected to the front side, closing the gap between the top of the hips and bottom of the ribs. 3 more, and 2 more, and last one. Bring back, knees into tabletop, bicycle, elbow to knee, and elbow to knee, elbow to knee, and elbow to knee. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, exhale, inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and knees to chest, and take your feet down. Stretch your arms and your legs. I hope you have a little bit of a burn that I can certainly feel. Hands underneath the knees. Let's roll our way up and come to a ragdoll to start. And then from here, hands to hips, elbows to sky, and come to standing for our final exercise for today to stay strong and connected to our center from ankles, knees, hips, and the whole spine and shoulders. With that said, turn your toes about like 5-10 degrees out, not too much. It's like very individual where we feel comfortable in squatting for our hips and knees and ankles. We feel comfortable in lower backs. Arms forward, and we're going to sit down and bring it back up. That's one. And we might go there. We might come all the way down and back up. Squeeze the glutes and all the way down and back up. Squeeze the glutes. Make sure your toes are turned in direction that it feels good for your knees. And come all the way down and back up, or do half like the first one, and come down and use the power of your quads to stand back up. Quads and lower abs. Come down and lifting back up and coming back down and lifting up. Another 4 and another 3. Opening pathways for ankles, knees, hips, and lower backs. Let's do 2 more here. Lower down and standing back up. And last one. And standing back up. And hands down to the side. Inhale, arms all the way up. And exhale, hinge. And fold. And inhale, long spine. Place the hands, come and lay onto your backs. Take a nice and well-deserved rest. Arms to the side of the body, legs forward, feet can open up to the side. And with that, I would like to leave you for a nice restful few minutes to take a few nice breaths, and maybe I'll meet you in the next practice for our yoga into a twist Matsyendrasana, where we use our side body from our Pilates practice today. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.